for all the haters out there that say we don't know how to do it. I got the best team in the world that's gonna prove you wrong and show you just how good we are.
What's up guys, I'm Justin Swanstrom. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Y'all are killing it on the last video. We're almost up to 100,000 views, 5,000 likes, a lot of comments. Y'all are driving the algorithm and I can't thank y'all enough. You got Prenup right here behind us. What this video is gonna be about is basically like a race recap. And we're gonna do this for every single race that we go to that allows our budget to allow us to go to. A lot of people have been asking how many races we're gonna attend. I am going to try to race every single race this season. We had a great success at the first race. We did lose to Ryan Martin. It was very close. We're gonna be trying to get that race back here soon with everything going on. But I am gonna try to hit as many races as I can, meet as many of y'all as I can, and just have fun. Prenup is up here inside the shop. If you follow the build, if you follow the channel, you'll know that I purchased this lift a couple months ago. This is the first time that I'm actually gonna get to use it. So we got it up. We've already started tearing stuff apart. Drive shafts out of the rear of it. We've already dropped the quick drive. Good thing about the quick drive and the Liberty is you can split them apart. You just slide the Liberty back by the sliders, Cameron Johnson race cars. Build us a great car. We'll get to that more later on into the video, but we just dropped the quick drive out. We're sending it off. There's our converter. We got a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening here in the next week because we still need to test and we need to get ready for the second race down in Florida. The home state, West Palm Beach. I plan on going out there, showing out, doing good for the crowd, trying to see what we can do and maybe go further in the rounds. We got our new diaper in. That's gotta go on the car. Everybody knows we were very limited on time, I guess you wanna say. We put this thing together pretty fast. Everything going on, and there's some stuff that got left off, but everything is getting fixed within the next week or so to be ready for West Palm Beach. A diaper on the car, headlights, tail lights, a grill, head pads inside the car, just a lot of stuff, little odd end shit, but it is getting fixed. So whenever my dad gets back out here, we'll go ahead and have him talk about it. One, a lot of y'all have been asking, what did him and Big Daddy Brian think about the car? Because basically that was the first race, and the Tuesday before that race, that was the first time they've ever seen the car. My dad jumped in Cameron's shop a little here and there, looked at it, and basically only seen some bars, but he finally got to see it together out here at the shop. We went testing with it, and we went out and we had a good time at our first race. I believe we had a good outing. I'm gonna get him to talk about it, what he thinks was so good about it, what can we improve on, and what can we expect later on in the channel and race season. I want to thank each and every one of y'all that is subscribed to the channel. We're steadily growing. Let's keep making this thing bigger, boys. So while we're doing some maintenance on the rig, I don't know where my dad went. He left. He's changing out one of the air brake chambers on it. We kind of got a ride height issue going on right now, so he is messing with that while I'm in there working on the car. Got that stuff all out. Here's our quick drive box right here. We're getting ready to ship that out. I did not know until when I received this quick drive, because I've always ran a Turbo 400, that you can ship through cargo, airplane. So we're gonna get this set up. We're gonna go throw it on an airplane. They're gonna send it out. It'll be there today. They're gonna work on it overnight, and they're gonna send it back to us so we can get it back inside the car. Working with Quick Drive, working with Liberty, working with Proline, Modern Racing, all great companies, Cameron Johnson race cars. I'm glad I got a lot of great companies that are behind me that makes this car, my team, so successful. Another thing is we're sending this out to Justin at Modern Racing. If y'all watch the wiring build, this is the wiring to the car. Everything that runs the car is inside that little box. And that's what the good thing about Justin's stuff is I have to add stuff on. That's why we're sending the quick drive out, because we're having to add some things to be able to go faster. I told Justin, I said, hey, we got to wire some stuff in. I'm not a wiring guy. I need you to fly down here. He said, no, that's nonsense. Just pull the box out of the car, ship it to me. I'll fix everything up and I'll ship the box back to you. So that's where this thing goes up here. I don't know how much y'all could see because it is up in the air, but that's where it goes right there. And once we get the wiring and all that done, we'll be able to get this thing fired back up next week and get ready for testing and ready for West Palm Beach. So y'all probably get enough of me talking, but I want to go ahead and let y'all know my recap. A lot of people have asked me, what do I think about the first race, how's prenup, the engine combination, everything as a whole. First off, I was just glad to be able to go to the race, to be able to be there, hang out with all the fans. There were so many of y'all that showed up and wanted pictures, wanted autographs, bought merch, and that all goes back into the race program, buying fuel, doing all that. So y'all are what makes this possible to be able for me to keep on going and keep on doing. And I'm trying to do bigger things. I'm trying to do better things. I've done started up a new merch store that will be in the description down below. There'll be a link. You can go over there. You can get new merch. We got a new Swan Gang shirt coming out. We got a new prenup shirt coming out. We got some keychains on there. We have lanyards coming. We got hats, and we got a new grinder set up on the website. You can go over there. There's a lot of people that want a grinder. I have sold a lot of them already. They're going super fast. So you make sure you go over there, and if you're gonna get one, you need to go ahead and get one, because if you try to come back, they might be gone. But fast forward, we broke a lot of stuff in Orlando testing. I was not gonna go. I was so down in the dumps, and I basically told my dad, it is what it is. Let's back up, let's punt. We've tried so hard, we've rushed things, we tried to get it together. I said, we'll just go ahead and miss the first race and we'll go to West Palm Beach. My dad told me no, and he said, we're going to the first race, we're gonna figure it out. We had to overnight a lot of parts, had to overnight a Pro Charger, had to overnight a converter, had to overnight a rear gear, to National Trail up in Ohio. We got there late Thursday night, like, I don't know, 11:30. We went ahead, and we didn't even know if we had a transmission issue or a rear gear issue. One of those two objects right there was gonna have something wrong. I thought it would be the rear gear, but I wasn't 100% sure because we just threw it back inside the trailer. So when we got to National Trail around 11:30 midnight, we went ahead and backed the car out on the trailer. We'll show you a picture right here real quick. We went ahead and dropped the fluid out of the rear, and we could see all the metal and the gears and everything just puffing out of the little hole inside the rear end. So we knew we had a bad rear gear. The reason why we think that broke is because we went out there, we did not warm it up. Just like on a motor, you can't go out there and you can't make a pass on it without warming the engine up. We did not warm the rear gear up, and I think when we broke the rear gear, that's what allowed the motor to free spin, and it broke the blower up front. So it's just like a domino effect. It cost a lot of money, but I was able to get everything back together, get it overnighted to the track, and be able to put everything back on Friday. Fired it back up by noon, and we were ready to go into our first Grudge race, which was against Chuck 55. He was not able to make the race. He had some kind of fire in the other lane. We made a solo shakedown, A to B pass. It ran very well. Then we go ahead and fast forward to going to the big show. I haven't been a part of the big show ever. I've always tried to race my way in. I've won 3 race your way ins, but something always happened. Whenever I was running Aftermath, it's hot out here, guys. It's the gnats and everything. That's why I keep smacking my face. But when we ran Aftermath, I won 3 of the race your ways ins, but I either had a malfunction, we hurt a motor. One, the throttle hung, we caught on fire. The other one, we wrecked the car and we weren't able to race. So going into this race, being able to just run with the big guys and go into first round, that's why first round was so important. If you won first round, you did not have to race your way in Florida. You're already in the big show. So we ran Jason Cantu. He is a small tire. I was talking shit to him at first. Until I found out that he was on small tires, I stopped all the shit talking. Only reason being, I knew he was outgunned. I'm not that type of person. I like to be able to talk shit. I like to be able to race and have fun, but I like to be able to race people that has the either same opportunity as me or has a combination that can run up there. I knew Jason was outgunned, so I went ahead and stopped talking about it. I just wanted to get through my race. He came up to us before the race. He was talking a lot of shit, talking about, I'm gonna show you what 210 mile an hour is like. You better not get caught sleeping on a tree, blah, blah, blah. you're gonna get beat by a small tire car. And everybody that knows me, I've grudge raced a lot. I've ran for $80,000 before. Like one hit, one pass, 80 grand. No, there's not a lot of people out there that's done that. So there's nothing that can get to me. It don't matter who it is, how much shit they talk. You'll never get under my skin. It's just a win or loss to us. If I win them, cool. If I lose them, cool. It is what it is. I'll go back, I'll test, I'll get better, and we'll come out and we'll see it again. I'll never run from a race. I'll run any racer out there. But whenever he was just talking to shit, we went out there, we beat him by half a track. Well, there was no more shit talking after that. He was quiet as a mouse. We went ahead and went to our second round. We drew the baddest guy in the league, and that's Ryan Martin. I felt that we had a pretty good tune-up. Me and Dad, we talked about it. We went ahead and said, okay, let's go out there and run them and let's see what it does. And I feel we were the only close race to Ryan Martin. We got beat by a fender, having 7 or 8 passes on the car, but he's got very little passes on his car too. So they're 2 brand new cars. They got minimal hits, and they both went out there and ran well. He was just better that day. So it is what it is. We're gonna go back, we're gonna test. We're at the drawing board. We're trying to figure out new plans. We're testing next week, and we'll see him again in Florida. I guarantee that. But for all around, Cameron Johnson built me a badass car. All the companies that are on board, they helped me out to be able to get to the first race. They helped me through the race, and they're gonna help me throughout the whole entire season. So my whole outlook of it as a race recap is we did very well on merch sales, hanging out with the fans, Big Daddy Brian getting all the kids inside the car, showing them around. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love doing that when racers would put me inside their car as well. So they're the future of the sport. That's the good thing about it. I try to make sure I have enough time for the fans and for the kids. And prenup, Cameron Johnson race cars, Proline racing engines, Liberty transmissions, quick drive, Neil Chance converters, Menster shocks, everybody that's on board with this thing, y'all gave me a badass hot rod, and I guarantee we are going to chase hard for that championship. I'm gonna apply so much pressure this year, it's gonna be sickening. Also, y'all were asking about when we were gonna get the sponsor logos on there. I wasn't able to get it on for the first race due to the fact that we were in such a time crunch. We were trying to get stuff done. We were breaking a lot of parts and everything going on. Y'all have been following everything on the channel. But I spoke with all my sponsors, told them I would have it on for the West Palm Beach race. We finally got everything in. We're putting them on. Here's a couple on this side. We got one going on the wing right here. And then we come over to the other side of the car. We got on this part of the wing over here. Then laying down there, we got a few other ones we got to put on. And we got to put our main sponsor on the door. Brian with Brybeck Electrical. They're out of Virginia. It's a good buddy of mine. He has helped me out tremendously with this build by getting me the body, getting everything so we can be able to go out racing with y'all. But I just wanted to let y'all know, because I've seen a couple people asking about where the sponsorship stickers were, when we were gonna put them on the car. So we have them on the car now. Pops is pretty much done with the trailer. That is all done. Before he heads in the house, I wanna go out real quick. I wanna catch him real fast. And I just wanna get his recap of the weekend, what he thinks about Street Outlaw No Prep Kings, what he thought about Prenup's first outing, and what can we have, or what do we have in store, or what could y'all possibly look forward to on this build and coming to the channel. So let's head outside the shop real quick. Let's get him before he heads in the house, and then we'll go ahead and end this video out. All right, so there was some work that we had to do on the trailer. Y'all seen at the beginning of the video, he was fixing one of the air chambers and messing around ride height. I'll let him explain that a little bit to you. I think he got everything done and complete. And then we're gonna go ahead and get his recap of the weekend. We'll do this every video, every race we go to, we'll have a recap the week after. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and y'all follow along the whole entire deal. But just go ahead and let them know what you had to do to the trailer, what to get ready, and what you think about Street Outlaw's first event, and how you think Prenup did, and what do you expect it to do in the future.
Well, the trailer, I noticed when we unloaded the car, the ride height was working when we went out. It's something I always look for, because we had the ride height go out of this trailer one time before, about beat the axles and beat everything out of the inside of it, and I think it was coming back to Colorado when that happened. But anyway, so I'm always cautious and I watch that. But when we backed it back in, I noticed the ride height wasn't working, so I went and checked the switch of the truck. They were on. So I started checking the truck, then I checked air to the trailer, and I realized that it was back here in the trailer. Well, it had a check valve that was bad, that was not putting air back there to the MAC valves, which actually run the ride height on the trailer. And then I noticed while I had everything off, because I had to put quite a bit much jack stands underneath it so I can get underneath that thing. This trailer sits pretty low. It sets about 5 inches off the ground. So I had to get it up in the air so I could get underneath and work on it so I don't kill myself, because I know this trailer is heavy as hell. The trailer probably weighs probably somewhere around 60,000 pounds, the trailer itself. But anyways, then I noticed that brake chamber was leaking, so I had to replace the brake chamber on it. But anyways, we got everything fixed. The good thing about it is I got everything done, and Justin gets to put all the wheels and tires back on, gets to put all the tools back up, because without the trailer, he can't haul his car. But I got it all fixed up for him.
Okay, I guess. What do you think about the first event? No Prep Kings, we went to our first race. A lot of people, you didn't get to see the car, you or Brian, as in y'all didn't get to see the car until the week before it got here. We went out, tested, we did well, we broke a lot of stuff. We went to the first event. People have been following along with it, but they want to kind of see your side of it. What did you think about the first event, and what did you think about Prenup's first outing?
Yeah, I mean, every event I've been to on the MPK has always been a good event, so I thought that was going to be a good event too, and it was. It was a phenomenal event.
They sold out.
Sold out. They run the event very well. The fans were great. Everything was good. Leading up to that, you know, we got Prenup home. We checked it out. We got the car all set up. We went to the track. We unloaded. We made a hit. It shook. We made one 4-link bar adjustment. We went ahead and ran it. I think 2 or 3 runs. You made some pretty good runs. We're kind of chasing the converter a little bit. We got some parts in for the next day. We changed the converter again. Same thing, we're still chasing the converter then. And what was happening was the converter slipping so much in the car that it's just running the blower so hard. It's keeping the motor up there in high RPMs, and that's really what tore the blower up. So on our last run, we actually tore the blower up, tore the rear gear up in the car, and tore the tie drive up, or not the tie drive, but the quick drive up in there. So we kind of tore up some parts. So we got home, we evaluated. At first we were not going to go. I just told Justin there was just no way we could get the parts. So, and we still didn't have all the right parts, but we had parts in the trailer still. So we ran a gear in the car that we shouldn't run at all. We had another part for the converter that we threw in there, and we got another blower, and we kind of doctored up the quick drive here. We tore the quick drive apart. Me, Justin, and the guys, not knowing nothing about that quick drive. We got on the phone with Steve, but he walked us through it. But you know, I got the quick drive all put back together. The guys had tore apart the night before. I put it back together next day, and everything worked. We fired the car up here, everything was okay. So we decided to, or actually we didn't fire the car up, did we? We put the car back together up there in Ohio. Yeah, so we didn't fire the car up here. We went to Ohio unfired up. So we had all the parts we thought we had. We jumped up. We got there Friday night at 10:30. Went to bed probably 2 o'clock. We got up next morning at 7 o'clock, and everybody started thrashing from one end of the car to the other. We put the car back together. We went out there and ran it. The car ran good, but the blower touched down and tore the blower up. So at that point, we decided to change the gear drive so the blower quit spinning so hard. The reason why the blower is spinning so hard because it's blowing through the converter. We couldn't hold the RPMs down on the motor. Steve Petty did the best he could to try and keep it from running those high RPMs, but it's just not right. It's just going to take some time, take some laps. We got some more parts. We're moving in the right direction. We just got to keep working on it. That's all there is to it. Sooner or later, we are going to get Prenup right. As far as the car, like I said, on the 4-link, I only made one more adjustment in Braden. We made one more adjustment. The car goes straight. The car moves out. Justin's driving the car well. I watched the in-car footage from Justin. I'm glad he runs that now because I always stay on him about what he's doing inside the car. He did a great job in testing. Kind of looked like he's been driving that blower combo and driving that quick drive combo the whole time. There's a special way you got to run that stuff. So he did very good in testing, which he did the same amount of good in Ohio. So we had a good car. I don't think we had the best car. I think the guy that won the race, Ryan Martin, had the best car. But I think we had a really good car. I also believe there was probably 2 or 3 more cars out there, maybe 5 cars that were really good cars too. So who knows what they'd have run? Who knows? You know, you never know what run you load up in the car and how you're going to run when you run that pass. I do think there's 5 top cars out there right now that run really good, and I think those guys could all ran with us too. So we're just going to keep working on our car and try to get it 100% the way we want it. We have one more race with Steve Petty, which will be this week or next weekend in Palm Beach. After that, I will start running the car. I'm pretty much familiar with it now. Coming from a nitrous background, I feel like this application is much easier to run. I just had to get through the fuel tech. I've already ran through that fuel tech pretty good, so I feel pretty comfortable going ahead and running the car now. But we have a 2-race deal with Steve, and we're going to do that. And then after that, I'm sure we'll correlate with Steve in the future if we need him. But after that, our team will start running the car. But like I said, I hope to go to Palm Beach. You know, obviously if we can sneak one of these out and get a win out of one of these things, that'd be great. That's like the icing on top of the cake, but it's hard to win. You gotta have a lot of luck along the way. So we're gonna go there, we're gonna work hard, we're gonna race hard. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be nasty, it's gonna be muggy. I mean, we're gonna be racing down the swamp weather, but you know, we're used to that. So hopefully we have a good outing. You know, we got knocked out by Ryan Martin the 2nd round, drew I feel like the fastest guy out there, but that's okay. I don't mind racing the fastest guy. I mean, I'll race the fastest guy the 1st round. I'm okay with that too. If we deserve to be there, then we'll get by the guys and get to the end. If we don't deserve to be there, then we'll get knocked out like we did. One more thing I want to add, just make sure we give a shout out to Proline Racing. Eric Dillard, Steve Petty has been real good with us along this way. We also got on board with Pro Charger. What's your guy's name? Walter? Walt. So Walt's working on 2 Pro Chargers that we got tore up right now. I don't know if the one is any good. The one is repairable, but he's working on those right now. Justin Carmack, he's working on rear gear for me right now. I sent 2 chunks with Pat Musey. We got them dropped off to Justin Carmack's. He's getting the right gears put in there for us. So hopefully we have the right gear set up when we go over to Florida or go over to Palm Beach. So Carmack is helping us out with that. Steve with Quick Drive, he's been on board, and Marty with Neil Chance Racing. I mean, what can I say about that guy, man? That guy is sending me everything that I need whenever I tell him I need it to try and get this application right. Can't say enough about Chance Racing. Great converter company. I've been working with those guys for a long time. I ran a bunch of those converters behind our, well, I mean, I've ran them back behind our small blocks, you know, 10 years ago. So running behind these big nitrous motors, now we're running it behind a prenup car. And all those guys are all that, you got to have all those guys behind you to be successful. Another shout out to Patrick Barnhill. Me and Patrick's been talking a lot about running this combo, and he's kind of giving me some pointers on it. Today I talked to Jody Hatley. Jody Hatley does transmissions. He kind of gave me some pointers on the Quick Drive. And these are just guys that, you know, that I've known for a very long time. You know, there's not a whole lot of guys I talk to about tuning windows, about what to do on certain applications. You know, Steve Petty's going to be one of them. Patrick Barnhill's going to be the other one. Billy Stockland is one of the guys that a lot of you guys don't know Billy Stockland, but me and Billy Stockland talk quite often. He tunes on CB Fast, Pro Mod, and NHRA. But those are some of your top tuners right there. Jody Hatley, probably one of the best unseen or unknown. A lot of people don't know about him. He's a very good tuner as well. You know, we had a long conversation today. Sometimes guys like us, we just all get on the back lines and we pick each other's brains. And sometimes, you know, I see guys that'll use stuff that I do, and then of course I'll use stuff that they do. I'll try different stuff. Every car is different. Every application is different. It doesn't mean it's not all, you can't just take all one and put it on one car and think it's the same, because every car is different. So those are guys that I talk to, and those are guys that talk to me. And I mean, there's times back in, you know, when I was running the nitrous motors, me and sometimes Pat Musey would get on the phone and bullshit, talk about stuff, different stuff, what we think they could do and what they can't do. Pat Musey is probably one of the best there is with the nitrous motors. These guys, Steve Petty, he's going to be your turbo and your Pro Charger, and right along with Patrick Barnhill. You know, those guys aren't so much nitrous savvy. Jody Hatley, he's got plenty of nitrous background. But you know, and there might be a couple other I'm forgetting out there just because I haven't talked to them recently. But all those guys, man, y'all get on the back line, you talk with each other, and you figure stuff out. That's what I do. I'm not a professional tuner. I don't do it for a living like some of those guys. We just happen to tune our own shit, and we always have. Steve Petty will be the first one that's ever tuned any of our cars. And that's only because I never ran a blower and because I haven't ran fuel tech. But I can tell you it was a good move on Justin's part. I'm hard-headed. I probably would have just went out there and learned it myself. But having Steve going and putting the tune-up in the car and getting it going forward, it was money well spent. We're miles ahead by doing that. I feel comfortable with Fuel Tech now. No doubt I can run through it. No doubt I can run that application. I think that I'm going to be really good with it as time goes on, because I still feel nitrous tuning is the hardest tuning out there. I run Justin's little turbo car. I had a turbo car way back in the day. Now I'm looking at what we're doing to run this. I still think nitrous tuning is the hardest out there. So I'll take what I know from nitrous and flip it over to this, and hopefully we can improve this combo.
All right, guys, so most of the sponsors are on the car right now. You got to hear Big Country's recap. You got to hear my little recap. We will be doing one of those per race after the race, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can follow along with everything. I want to thank each and every one of y'all that is subscribed already, that's liking the videos, dropping comments down below. I wouldn't be able to do this without y'all, and I can't wait to be able to come to y'all city, y'all state, and hang out with y'all. We got the sponsors on board. There's a lot of people that's been behind this build: Modern Racing, Cameron Johnson Race Cars, Menser Shocks. Dad's already told y'all about the Quick Drive, the Liberty. We got Marty Chance Converters, Proline Racing Engines, Eric Dillard, Steve Petty, Brybeck Group. A lot of great people are behind this whole entire project. We're going to continue putting on. We're going to get this thing back together so we can go testing next week. We will be testing, and then we'll be heading down to West Palm Beach, Florida, so we can see how we stack up against the competition. I do want to get a race back with Ryan. Maybe we'll get to line up with him. We already have one Grudge race for Friday night. I called out a lot of people. I called out Lizzie Musey. I called out Kai Kelly. I called out Scott Taylor. I called out the whole entire 405. Murder Nova, he has a hurt car right now, so I left him out of it. I do not like to make call outs like that if I know they're hurt, so he was excluded from that call out. But Ryan Martin, Daddy Dave, Jeff Lutz, Chuck, all them guys from the 405, they could have all got action. We haven't heard nothing back from them yet. Maybe we'll get something so we can give y'all fans something to watch. But for the first time, I will be racing up against Cody Baker out of Texas. He's got a blower car. We'll drop a picture down below of us too. We will be lining up Friday night for $1,000. Not a whole lot of money, but it is going to be fun. We're going to go out there, win, lose, or draw. I want to have fun. I want to grudge race, and I love to gamble. So I'm Justin Swanstrom. I'm going to get out of here. I just want to let y'all know that we do have a bunch of stuff coming to the channel here soon. Just been running ragged. I finally got the car and everything done. I was able to catch up on some sleep, relax a little bit, but that doesn't mean we're stopping. I'm bringing a lot of pressure this year, and I can't wait to see what exactly my team, myself, y'all as a family, and Prenup does out there at Street Outlaw No Prep Kings. Make sure y'all subscribe, guys. I'll see y'all at the next video. Also, I almost forgot, new merch is live. Prenup merch is on the website, JustinSwanstrom69.com. Link in the description down below. Go over there, get your merch. It's going fast already. We got shirts, we got hats, we got grinders, we got a lot of stuff. Keychain stickers on the way. Go grab your merch, boys and girls. It is going fast. I'm telling you, you need to go over there and you need to grab it. I've already sold out on most of the stuff. We went ahead and restocked some new stuff and brought some new things onto this website. We got some cool stuff happening here soon, an OnlyFans deal, more merch along the way, more giveaways, a lot of things. But head on over to the website, grab your merch, grab everything, wear it proud, and I can't wait to see y'all here soon.